Yeah. Okay. Send it to her. Send it to me.
Yeah.
She can hear it through here because I have to turn the smart board on for that. So we do. Turn it on. Yes. Oh, we were not worried about that. We knew the sound was working. Oh. I think we should test it. I'm scared. I will. I don't have it yet. Good to see you. See you soon. Sure.
It's working.
I'm going to say something. Tell me if you hear. Testing, testing. Do you have something? I'm not standing here with this. Give me some. Yeah, we know what we're doing. We're just going live that day. You know, we're doing the pre-thing because any computer will go to any glitch during the day. Just go live. Have a fun. Every freaking time. And it's like, did you put the link in? Did you put the link in? Yeah, because it's like they're gonna come. Okay, do you want me to type anything that says I didn't? Alright. How come she doesn't see it? Oh, I didn't press that. Yeah, it's such a we gotta fix our chairs because those are the 3 chairs we have to sit in. And I was quite busy.
Did Alice?
Yeah. So when you see all we're always like, as principals, like
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not here. Yeah, it's gonna be here. And then just stand up and share. She's how we have these with my support. She's amazing. Just give me 1 second. So only start focused yeah, this new one is
One's for the parents. So you do 3 or 2 hours?
I'm just gonna do this.
So short, this is short. You're 4 minutes.
I mean, we'll take.
I don't know where to sit. We're gonna approve first, and you will-
That's doing your like an intro. You see So you guys got to find that. No, we both. It doesn't matter.
Here, I'm just gonna switch.
Welcome, everybody. Come on over.
You're good, you're good.
We're good.
School number 2.
And our principal of school 9E.
So we can't wait to introduce them to you. But before we do, we want to give a couple shout outs to some of our friends who are showing up tonight. We can see you all checking in on the sidebar. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for showing your support and coming here tonight. Thanks for moving platforms from one link to another link. You're doing great, and we're so happy to have you here. Hope you're in PJs and cozy and ready for some great stories tonight. So a special shout out to Mrs. Lewitton and her son Noah. Thanks for joining us tonight. And the Kletters are out there. Ms. Kaufman, we hope you and your students are watching together. It's nice to have you here tonight. And welcome to Ava Pagnotta, too. And we'll be having more shout outs throughout the night. And I can see you guys checking in with each other over on the sidebar. Thanks for tuning in.
Mrs. Keegan moderates our sidebar, so she was a lifesaver getting everyone the link on the first one, so thank you, Mrs. Keegan. I'm glad to hear the Kletters are watching. We want to shout out, for the first time, the Nassau County Elementary Principals Association has come together to celebrate book love, and they're doing a one book, one county read. So they've been promoting it, and that county read is Shouting at the Rain. I don't know if our audience has read it, but I'm hoping that you will. And if you're interested in joining the Nassau County Community Read, there's going to be a live Twitter chat on February 29th, I believe it is, with the author, Linda Mullally Hunt, who I'm sure some of our audience has read previous books by this author. She's fantastic. So if you're looking to join the One Book, One County, please check out Shouting at the Rain and join us on Twitter on February 29th. Great job by Mrs. Kletter and the Nassau County Elementary Principals Association celebrating book love.
Been loving the book, Mrs. Kletter. Been reading for quite some time. Can't wait to get to that very end. So really great book. We also want to have a little bit of a recommendation for our adults out there. You may have heard that on March 14th, OSD Parent University is welcoming Jessica Leahy. Jessica Leahy is a New York Times columnist and the author of the book, The Gift of Failure. Parents, this one's for you. Pick it up if you want a good read, and hopefully you'll be joining us on that Saturday symposium to hear Ms. Leahy live. So now,
What's the date? March.
March 14th. And now that we've given you a few shout outs and 2 recommendations, we can't wait to introduce our guest of honors.
Yes, Mrs. Marone from School 2 and Mr. Josh McPherson from School number 90. So, yeah, we're gonna get out of the way. The story away.
Enjoy.
Come on in, get yourself comfortable, make sure.
Thank you. All right.
Hello and good evening, everyone. I am Mrs. Marone, the principal of School number 2.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Josh McPherson. I'm the principal of School 9E. Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction, and thank you to our audience. It looks like we have quite a few participants tonight. We're so happy that you're able to take your time out on a Monday evening to share a few good books with us. Now, we've been discussing this for quite some time. I even sat with my kids earlier this evening and shared with them a few options for the books for tonight. And I think we picked out some really good winners. So I'm going to start by sharing I Am Love. All right. And Ms. Marone has.
The Pigeon Has to Go to School.
Yeah, so I know Pigeon is a pretty big favorite out there. So what we'll do as we share these books, we're going to try to show you the wonderful illustrations in each one, and we're actually going to trade off. So about halfway through, we'll jump over so the other principal has a chance to read. So we're going to move closer just a little bit. So hopefully you guys can all see all of our books, because one of the things that I love about Peter Reynolds and Susan Verde, Susan Verde is the author and Peter Reynolds is the illustrator. Their books always have amazing artwork. So I am excited to share that with you tonight. So the first book we'll be reading is I Am Love, a book of compassion. And I think this recently came out, so I don't know how many of you have had a chance to read it, but all the 9E kids, you can stop by my office any point during the year to borrow this copy. All right, so we're going to jump right in. I Am Love, a book of compassion by Susan Verde and Peter Reynolds. Okay, I hope everyone's able to see that. I'm going to scoot just a little bit. When I see someone going through a storm, of hurt and unfairness, of anger and sadness, when the sun disappears and the skies grow dark, and I see there is fear, I ask myself, what can I do to help let the light back in? I put my hands on my heart and listen. And that is where I find the answer. I have compassion. I act with tenderness. I am love. I can listen and not say a word. I can be there. Love is being present. I can hug and hold and say everything will be all right. Love is comfort. I can speak softly and choose my words and actions carefully. Love is gentle. I can give thanks for all I have and am able to share. Love is gratitude. I can keep my mind and body safe and healthy. Love is taking care of me. I can express what's important to me. Love is creative. I can know that no one is perfect. Love is understanding.
I can do my best to make things better. When something is wrong, love is effort. I can celebrate those I've loved before. Love is remembering. I can find goodness in a kind word, a helping hand, or a shared smile. Love is tiny gestures. I can breathe in the air that the whole world shares. And I know all creatures are made from the very same stardust. Love is connection. When the clouds roll in for others and for me, I know there is something I can do. I can let my heart lead the way. I am love. You are love. We are love. And with love, we will weather the storm and light up the sky together. I Am Love by art by Peter H. Reynolds, written by Susan Verdi. So I hope you enjoyed this book. One of the things Mr. McPherson and I learned about it was that the illustrations were made from tea as well as watercolors. So they are just completely remarkable. So beautiful book. And now we have a special story to share.
But I think before we share our next story, we have a few shout outs.
All
So
right.
let's see. So our shout outs, I hope I get everyone's names correct. So we have Lizzie Barr, thanks for joining us.
Yes.
The Didio Boys, all right, good evening,
Hello,
guys.
Good evening.
Daniel de Guzman. Amelia has a cold, so Amelia, we hope you feel better. Let's see, Miss Silva, Miss Lavigna.
Miss Ogden Benny, our new library media specialist at school
Wonderful.
2 and 4.
Oh, we got Mr. Bullis. Hi, Mr.
Right.
Bullis.
Hello, thanks for
All right.
joining us.
Miss Barbakoff, all right, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. And then Alex Patney. So
Yes.
wow, a lot of
And
wonderful
I
people out
saw
there.
Miss Costantino appear on the live chat. So thank you for joining us and all of our 1st through 6th grade friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the story that Mr. McPherson and I are going to end with is probably one of our favorites. We wanted to read something silly, so we were debating between Pig the Pug and
Which is a funny one.
the Pigeon. And of course, Mo Willems always wins.
Absolutely.
So this book is called The Pigeon Has to Go to School. It was published in 2019, and words and pictures are by Mo Willems. So Mr. McPherson and I will read this book to you. And I love the small details in this book, because right here where it says 2019, it said published near a very lovely bagel shop on the Upper East Side, on the Upper West Side. My Uncle Herb likes to go there all the time. So little silly details in this book. The pigeon has to go to school. Wait, don't read that title. Too late, rats. Why do I have to go to school? I already know everything. Go on, ask me a question. Any question. Well, I almost know everything. Does school start in the morning? Because you know what I'm like in the morning, and it's not pretty. I wish I was a little chick again, a little itty bitty not going to school baby wavy pigeon. What if I don't like school? What if I really don't like it? What if I really, really don't like it? What if? What if the teacher doesn't like pigeons? And the stuff. What about all the stuff? There is so much stuff to learn. What if I learn too much?
My head might pop off. I'm scared. What will happen at school? What if there's math? Why does the alphabet have so many letters? Reading can be hard with one big eye. What about lunch? What will the other birds think of me? Will finger paint stick to my feathers? What's up with those heavy backpacks? I'm a fragile bird. The unknown stresses me out, dude. There should be a place to practice those things. With experts to help you, and books and classrooms, and other birds to work and play with? Maybe a playground? Oh, that is school? Well, how am I supposed to get there anyway? Hope you know what comes next. What? Huh? Bus. Take that. Step aside, coming through. The pigeon has to go to school. The end. All right. So a really funny pigeon book. I hope you guys, enjoyed it. And I think Miss Marone shares this with her first graders, right?
Yes.
When you guys start off the year. So
We
our
did.
school 2 students, I think you've seen this one before. For 90, I think this might be our first time sharing it together. I really hope you enjoyed it. And I think we have some more shout outs. Oh my
Can't
goodness.
wait.
Wow. What a busy
Look at
night,
all these.
people. All right. So we have Brian Max, Mark Maitland, RJ Werman. Hi, RJ. Thanks for joining us. We have Gabby L., Asher Berger.
We have Luis Rodriguez, Kathleen Froman, Zoe Napolitano, and the Keegan boys.
All right.
Thank you for watching. Lily Fernberg.
Joseph Parisi, and Julia
Yes,
Puccio.
Puccio.
All right,
Thank you
that's
so much,
great.
everyone, for watching. And we
Yeah.
hope that you enjoyed some of Mr. McPherson and my favorite books.
Absolutely, and make sure you stop by our offices if you ever want to borrow these
Yes.
new favorites. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, great. I think
Have a
we're all
good night,
done. Have a good
everyone.
night. Bye, everybody.